You show up for your first day on a new site, thermos in hand, ready to clock in. But when you hand over your OSHA 10-hour safety card, the site manager shakes his head and tells you to pack up your tools. Your card is 5 years old, and as far as they are concerned, it has expired. You might be wondering how a local foreman can reject a credential issued by the federal government. Does an OSHA 10 card actually have an expiration date? To figure out why fully trained workers get turned away at the gate, we need to look at the official federal guidelines, uncover the local laws that actively override them, and build a checklist to help you secure your site access. Simply keeping that piece of plastic in your wallet does not guarantee you a day's pay. You have to understand the specific rules of the ground you are standing on. There is a widespread rumor in the construction industry that an OSHA 10 card officially expires after 5 years.
The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, the federal agency operating under the Department of Labor to ensure safe working conditions, issues these outreach training cards without any printed expiration date. Under federal policy, your card is valid for life. Since the federal government does not put a ticking clock on your certification, any barrier you face at the gate is being built by someone else entirely. The first trap workers fall into is set by general contractors. These large construction management firms carry massive insurance policies, and their providers demand strict risk reduction on active sites. To satisfy those insurers and limit their own liability, major contractors regularly write a rule into their site access protocols, requiring all workers to have completed OSHA 10 training within the last 3 to 5 years, regardless of what the federal government says. The second trap comes from the government itself, specifically state legislatures and municipal building departments. In high-risk environments like New York City, local regulators pass their own mandates. Under Local Law 196, a city regulation requiring enhanced safety protocols on specific job sites, workers must earn a Site Safety Training, or SST card. To get that SST card, your baseline OSHA trend training must have been completed within the last 5 years. Other states take similar approaches. Nevada legally requires all construction workers to hold an OSHA 10 card and renew it every 5 years. Connecticut and Massachusetts enforce strict 5-year renewal rules for anyone working on publicly funded building projects. By controlling physical access to the job site, local laws and private employer contracts completely override the lifetime status of a federal OSHA card. The third trap is an administrative blind spot that catches thousands of workers off guard. It involves what happens when you lose your physical piece of plastic. Federal OSHA and its authorized trainers are legally required to keep student records for a maximum of 5 years. If your card is destroyed 6 years later, your proof of training disappears. Because the record no longer exists, obtaining a replacement card is impossible. Even within that valid 5-year window, federal rules strictly limit students to a single replacement card per class. Lose it twice, and you are entirely out of luck. These strict administrative limits effectively create a functional 5-year lifespan for the physical credential. If you lose your card after that cutoff, you have no choice but to sit through the entire 10-hour course again. This flowchart shows a clear decision tree you can use before packing your gear for a new job. It all starts with one primary question: is the issue date on your OSHA 10 card older than 5 years? If your card is older, but your specific employer or job site accepts an OSHA 10 from end date, you are good to go. The federal lifetime rule applies, and you are cleared for access. However, if your job site operates under a major general contractor policy, or you are working in a regulated jurisdiction like Nevada or New York City, you hit a red light. You must retake the course to meet their specific compliance standard. And if your card is lost, damaged, or stolen, and the original issue date was more than 5 years ago, your records are gone. You must restart the training from scratch. Proactive verification is the only way to protect your livelihood before you arrive at the gate. Let's test your site readiness with a rapid-fire quiz. True or false? Federal OSHA requires you to renew your OSHA 10 card every 5 years. That is false. Question 2. Can New York City legally require your training to be completed within the last 5 years, despite the federal rules? That is true, thanks to their specific local regulations. Question 3. Exactly how long after your class finishes can your trainer issue a replacement card if you lose yours? The answer is exactly 5 years, before your records are permanently purged. So who actually sets these extra training requirements? It comes down to the employers writing your checks, the insurers backing the job sites, and the local city and state laws governing the territory. What does this mean you must do before showing up? You have to call ahead and check the local training requirements in advance. The federal card may technically be valid for life, but your local access to a paycheck is highly conditional. If you want to learn more about workplace safety and OSHA rules, subscribe to HSE Study.